What's going on, YouTube? I want to do a tech video on how I remove the tops of WGP high pressure regulators. I'm sure as many of you have experienced, you buy a used gun, it's been in storage for 20 plus years. Everything in here needs to be rebuilt. All the O-rings have taken a hike. But when you're trying to get this reg top off, it's seized. It's stuck on there but good. And sometimes if you buy these parts, you'll notice that someone else has tried to remove it. Either they've taken vice grips or something to the threads and they've succeeded, at best, screwing them up, and at worst, damaging them completely, so the top is completely useless. Same kind of thing on this. Of course, these are both carnivore regs. They don't make these anymore. They haven't for some time. But some genius gets in here with vice grips or tongue and groove pliers, and even though they didn't clamp the threads, they clamped that side, and now it is permanently damaged. So we want to preserve this gear as best we can. Here's what I do. I just take a paintball tank thread cap protector, and I used an angle grinder to cut this. You can use a hacksaw, whatever you have at your disposal, and just cut a slit. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but cut a slit. You can see I slipped a little bit, cut that side, no big deal. But you're just going to want to make this totally open on this side, and then make sure that the threads within here don't have any burrs, so that way when you're screwing this onto the top, you're not, cutting up the threads. We're trying to prevent that. So you're going to take this, you're going to screw it on your reg till it bottoms out. You're going to take a pair of vice grips, and then where that slit is, put that where the in line with where you're clamping it. Clamp it on there. And then if you have a fitting, 90 degree or a macro line fitting, leave it on there, because when you're twisting this, it's going to give you a little more purchase power. So you hold the vice grips, you hold the reg, and you can unscrew them. Some are more difficult than others. I have not needed to heat anything using this, but if it's particularly stuck and you can't get it apart, you could hit the top with a heat gun. I wouldn't recommend a torch if it's all you have. Be very careful, but warm this up a little bit with your thread protector and your vice grips on it, and then try it again. Wear gloves because this aluminum is going to get hot, but I haven't had to do it using this procedure. Same thing for this guy. Screw it on till it bottoms out. Clamp it on there. Give it a twist. It'll come right off. And the most difficult ones that I've found are these black magic regs. I don't know if it has to do with the chrome plating and they get stuck easier. I'm not sure what it is. I haven't had this one apart probably in years, and we'll see how this one does. And if you don't really need to squeeze crazy hard with your vice grips, just enough to get it to seat. If you're squeezing and it's not going, back off the threads, try it again. If it's not squeezing hard enough and your tool is actually unscrewing from the top of the reg, then tighten it in, say half a turn, try it again until you just get it firm. You don't have to squeeze the hell out of it, just enough to lock this in place around the threads. And then there we go. And as you can see with this thing, the threads are undamaged, and you got your reg apart. So hopefully this helps you, and we can prevent any more damage to these old school regulators. We want to keep as many of these in circulation as we can. So don't use vice grips without a thread cap protector.